Right, let's commence this stream. So let's do a quick sound and visual check. So firstly, can everyone see the game, hear the game, and hear me as well? I think that'll be quite important if we do. I'll just get the live chat up a minute. That might be a good start. Put the phone to the side and get the chat up and running. Live chat is active, but there's no one there, so never mind. I'll just get started. So for today's stream, whether you're watching around the world, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, welcome to the stream. Today I have returned to Germany to do a stream on Hauptstrecke München to Augsburg. So I'm going to take a look at the journey mode here, and we're going to do possibly 2, maybe 3 services, depending on time, of course. We're going to do a high-speed service, and then we're going to have some fun with the 423. So let's pick this one. The Intercity Express service going to Berlin. So let's go. There's a lovely picture of the West Cornwall local route. Looks very nice. Well done to whoever took that photograph. Okay. Firstly, I do need to do is, for streaming purposes, I need to turn off the turn on the motion blur, just so it makes the stream run a little bit smoother. Put the reverser into forward. That's the horn, you silly devil. That's the cab light. Don't want that. I want the headlights on to normal. And I want to press the 5 button, not once, but twice. I think that turns the lights on for the passengers. It does indeed. And let's turn on CIFA, if I can find the switch somewhere. CIFA on. Close the cabinet and sit in the driver's seat. We're scheduled to depart. I was about to say Augsburg. It's not, isn't it? It's München. München Hauptbahnhof at 8:24 a.m. Will, the train spotter, hey, how are you? Nice to see you. Welcome. Hope you're well. Hope everyone is well. And hopefully everyone's had a lovely weekend. I'm a little bit hesitant today because I've no idea if this stream is going to run. Because for those of you that don't have München to Augsburg, particularly on the next gen, of course, I have all the substitution enabled, not just the playable services, but the AI. And I don't know if it's going to affect the stream because of, the sheer busyness, I suppose. Because obviously it can affect the console and the game's performance, but it could affect the stream as well. So I'm going in relatively with a feeling with a step into the unknown. I know how it runs in the game, but on a stream is a different matter. But anyway, let's bite the bullet. Let's go. Cloudy, sunny conditions today. Right. I haven't driven this in a while. So let's get rocking and rolling. So our one and only stop is Augsburg Hauptbahnhof, which is 56 kilometers away. Now, I'm not going to be messing around with the speed control or cruise control. I think it's called LZB, if I remember correctly. But I ain't going to manage that. That's boring. Let's have a challenge. Let's put it under manual control and go for it. Will, the train spotter? Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Excellent. That's what I like to hear. Zugbeeinflussung. Alright, rock and roll. Oh, there's a 423 in the distance. I don't know if you can pick that up on the stream, but I can certainly see it on the near enough to the right hand side of your screen, or screens, since there's, I'm sure there's more than one person watching, I'm sure. Not due into Augsburg until 8:50, but I'm sure we'll get there with plenty of time to spare, of course. The next speed limit will be 130 kilometers per hour, so we'll be able to go significantly quicker than the current speed we are doing as we speak. Zifa. There's the train wash on the left hand side. A big block of white there which says ICE. What else does it say? Deutsche Bahn München Hauptbahnhof. Very nice. I don't know why I only notice these things now. When I've had the route for it's over a year now, isn't it? Yeah, it's been out since when did it come out? Was it October? Not last year, the year before, wasn't it? 2020, October 2020, yeah. Long time ago, but now we can pick up some speed. Oop, bit of a stutter, but the game should feel or look a bit smoother once we leave the main suburbs of München, or Munich if you're English, of course. I think, speaking of München, I think the football team, or the soccer team if you're from America, I think Bayern Munich lost, if I'm not mistaken. They lost to Bochum. I can't remember the scoreline, but I remember someone told me that Bayern lost earlier this weekend, which was a big shock. I think it was like 4-1 or something. Absolute total humiliation for the Bayern fans. Not good at all. Not good at all. Cola, hey, how are you? Oh, Cole, not Cola. Excuse me. Cole, hey, how are you? Is it worth buying East Coast Way, Brighton to Eastbourne, Seaford Road? I'd say so, yeah. It's a nice, decent overall package. It's not the biggest route in the game, absolutely. But certainly has a good variety of services, and it's actually quite busy. Particularly leaving Brighton, I think you get 6 trains departing Brighton every hour. I think that was one thing I read on the Dovetail website when they were talking about East Coast Way a long time ago. And of course it adds Heritage Rail service. It adds, what does it add? It has freight services with the 66, so you can load some aggregate wagons and take them up to Lewis, I think. Yeah, Lewis. And then you can repeat the process all over again by taking empties from Lewis to the aggregate terminal complex. There's an I would say an M3. It's not a car, is it, Spurs? No. It's a S3 service. A 423, and we're going to be racing past it. There we go. I think it's an S3 service. I'm pretty sure it is. The next speed limit is 140 kilometers per hour. But anyway, getting back to East Coast Way, yeah, definitely recommend picking it up, especially if it's on the deal. I'm not sure if it is at the moment, but yeah, definitely recommend picking it up. Good density of services, good variety of services. The 377 is not too bad. The performance characteristics are very similar to the one in the London commuter route, if you have that. I think there's an add-on for it as well, the 313, which is a very nice, decent package. I'm not sure if it adds any services. I didn't actually, I don't know, I can't remember. I don't think it does, but I think the timetable gets updated in which the 313 is integrated into the timetable, so it uses the correct number of services as it would in real life. Yeah, but the 313 definitely is worth a pickup as well if you own East Coast Way, or if you're planning to pick up East Coast Way and the Loco DLC. Definitely recommend it. "46 kilometers to go. I only buy DLC with trains for freight are interesting." Fair enough. Well, like I said, there is some freight. There is a freight aspect to East Coast Way. Obviously, the scale of it is nowhere near compared to the passenger aspect, with the 377 and 313 running up and down not only the Seaford branch but the main line going from Brighton to Eastbourne. But like I said, there is some freight integration, and the scenarios are pretty good as well, particularly from the 66. I think you have to take some wagons from Brighton to one of the tunnels that has been blocked due to a landslide or something in treacherous weather. So yeah, but yeah, the freight aspect in Train Sim World is just as good as the passenger aspect. I don't mind personally what discipline I like to do in Train Sim World, be that passenger, freight, shunting, or something out of the blue. Excuse me, like Heritage Rail, or preparing a special train, or all that kind of stuff. So I'm pretty flexible, you know. I just enjoy driving trains in the game. I don't really care what kind of genre it is. I just enjoy it. It's just good fun. I'm not super geeky, like, oh, I want to use all the safety systems on this route, for example, or most of the German routes. I don't use PZB, LZB. Yes, it's very immersive, but it's just a bit too complicated for me. Or in some other cases, I wouldn't drive to maybe the standards that you would in the real world. Of course, that may be annoying for some people if they watch the stream and ask, oh, why are you driving like this? You should be driving like you would in the real world. Well, it's not the real world. It's a game. And personally, I just want to have fun driving trains around and putting a smile on people's faces. Okay, under 40 kilometers to go until we reach Augsburg. Which trains prefer German, UK or USA? Oh, me. I always get asked this question, and I find it really difficult to answer. I would say the UK, because obviously I come from the UK. I don't know. I mean, I can't say I prefer a specific country in the game, like, oh, I only like UK routes, or oh, I only like German routes, or oh, I only like German routes. I'm really flexible. I just like all of them. You know, more trains, more routes, the better. I couldn't really care where they come from, to be honest. I'm sure some people have their routes and trains that they specifically like for example, you know, Cole, you said yourself you like freight aspect, you know, you like freight routes. That's completely fine. Some people like UK routes, some like the old UK routes set back in time, like Northern Transpennine, or West Cornwall, Tees Valley, or of course the Spirit of Steam route. So yeah, many people like different type of routes from either different countries or different genres. I'm very flexible. I don't care where it is. I don't care what type of train I'm driving, what type of service I'm driving. I just want to drive a train and have some fun, you know. That's all I'm interested in. Helps you pass the time as well. You do one service and bang, 2 hours of your day have gone if you drive particularly one of the heavy freight routes in the USA. Sometimes it could take, well, what feels like forever, and then you find out it really does take a long time. Ziffer. Zugbeeinflussung. Now, for those of you that are new to, my streams, or you've just watched my videos for the first time, or a stream, hello, it's me, I'm Spurs, Spurs Rail 96. I do streams every Sunday and Monday evening. So if you'd enjoyed it, make sure to give it a like, and if you are new, then I wouldn't say beg you to, but if you did enjoy it, then please subscribe for more streams and Train Sim World videos. Of course, this stream will be re-uploaded to the channel, so you can watch it back in its entirety with the live chat enabled. So if there's any specific questions that you asked me and you wanted to hear my answer again, say in the next 24 hours or something like that, then of course you can do that. And there's a dedicated playlist that is dedicated to the Train Sim World streams. In terms of the next stream, which is tomorrow, Monday, 8:30 p.m. UK time, I'll be continuing some passenger high-speed action, but on one of my favorite routes in Train Sim World, which is the LGV Mediterranean in the south of France. Be nice to get on that. I haven't done a stream on LGV Mediterranean since it first came out, well over a year ago. I only started streaming it properly again on Train Sim World, what was it, 3 or 4 weeks ago? I didn't stream at all for last year on any game really. David Magnum, hey, how are you? Hello, I can't wait to buy the expansion pack next week. Yeah, the expansion pack should be good fun. Whether it's a good price, that, of course, that's anyone's opinion, of course. Whether it's a good deal or a bad deal or whatever. It should be good fun. Services have increased in some shape or form. There's some new liveries to play with, and of course some new scenarios too. Yeah, it'll be coming out next Thursday, the 17th of February. £8.99 for the UK customers. I don't know what that currency is replicated in euros or dollars, but I'm sure if you know what that is in dollars and euros, or whatever currency you use, then it's cheap-ish. Crazy Dash, what's up, Spurs? Hey, Crazy Dash, nice to see you. Welcome. Just doing some passenger action on the Hauptstrecke München to Augsburg. Firstly with the ICE, and then once I finished this, I'll do a service with the 423. Maybe another one as well with the 423, depending on how long the stream goes on for. Just off the power a minute so we could just cruise along at 223 kilometers per hour. Nice and soothing. It's like a magic carpet ride, this train. Just works like a dream. With the LZB, of course, it literally will be like a dream, because you don't have to do anything, because it's a automatic, it's a cruise control system. but I'm not using cruise control. As you can see, I'm doing it under manual power just because I prefer the challenge. And, you know, I get to actually drive the damn thing. Rather than let the train drive it itself. Just under 20 kilometers to go. Crazy Dash was playing this yesterday. The S line is too fun. Or is so much fun, I suppose. Or is so fun. Okay. I'm currently trying to learn it HUDless. Oh, HUDless. Ooh. I couldn't do any service HUDless. I'd be lost without it. My eyes would be squinting, looking at the dials. Thinking to myself, is that right? Is that the right speed? What's the next speed limit? Sure, of course you can customize the HUD, so you can take away certain parameters, like certain things like the objective marker for clock, the speed dial on the bottom right corner, the action points on the top right. If I had no choice of doing it HUDless, the one thing I would keep is the signals, for sure, especially doing a high speed run, because you're going to see a signal so late, it's impossible. So, and maybe the speed limit as well, if you're not 110% confident with the speed limits on a certain route that you're not too sure about. But I suppose that's the point of learning the route off the back of your hand, so you can do it HUDless, I suppose. 10 kilometers to go until Augsburg Hauptbahnhof. Yeah, the 423 is a good locomotive. In going back to what you said, Crazy Dash, about the S3 line, yeah, the 423 is good. The sound and the driving characteristics are very well replicated. Whether they are 110% real to the real thing, I'll never know, because I'm never going to drive it in real life. Yeah, it's certainly a nice fun challenge. Whether it's better than the 422 and the 425, I like the 425. I really do like it, and I like the 422. It's difficult for me to choose what out of those three I'd have. I'd probably choose the 425. I don't know why. Maybe it's the visual style of it, I'm not too sure. Right, we're losing a bit of speed here, so let's pick it up a bit. Fast and Furious stuff. Charging into Augsburg. Tok Gaming, hey, how are you? Welcome. I'm just doing some high-speed passenger activities on the Hauptstrecke München Augsburg in Germany. Whoa, now we're going too fast. And now we need to come off the power straight away. Come on. Oh, there's no chance of me getting on that. Absolutely no way. Oh well. Good thing this has good brakes. I'll have to start paying attention a bit more now. As we're coming into Augsburg, of course, the speed limits are going to decline. Or decrease, I should say. The next speed limit is 90 kilometers per hour. Oh, I got an achievement. ICE free Ford out. What does Ford out mean? Oh, I suppose it means floored out in German? I'm not sure. It's a good expression though, as an achievement. I've floored it to the max. It's reached its maximum permitted speed. Right, let's start slowing down. It's Regional Express on the left. Just over, now exactly 1.5 kilometers. Come on, get down, get down, get down. There we go. Nice tower there on the left. Whether that's a telecoms tower or not, I'm not sure. Right, let's get on the brakes. We've got a red, as well as the station approaching us. Or we approaching it, I should say. My brain's all over the place today. Onto the platform we come. The phone's going off, don't know why. I'll have to take a look at that in a second. Oh, no need to get on the brakes. Let it cruise for a minute. That should be enough, I think. There we are. Perfect. Let's unlock the doors and allow the passenger boarding procedures to commence. Let's have a look at the exterior, shall we? Nice station. Very nice train. In the green livery, or the green and red stripe livery, I should say. The green livery is in reference to Deutsche Bahn being awarded an award as the best climate protector, I believe, in Germany. Not bad at all. So Greta Thunberg will certainly like the Deutsche Bahn network. Or maybe this train. Procedures are complete, so let's lock the doors. Let's see a door close, shall we? This is the quiet carriage, hence why it says, "Psst, you gotta be quiet." There we are. That took me just over 26 minutes. Got a silver, no complaints with that. Let's return to the main menu and commence the second part of the stream, I suppose. Expert handling, S3, Holzkirchen, Mammendorf, I have no idea. Holzkirchen, maybe? Just thinking. That'd be the right one, I'm not sure. I'm completely guessing. I have no idea if this is the one I think it is. Yes, it is. In sunny weather. Lovely. That's the cat running around the house. Clearly something spooked him. I could just hear him charging up and down the stairs. I've opened the wrong darn doors, haven't I? I bet you I have. I need to put the master key in for starters. Where's it gone? There it is. Oh no, I opened the right doors. That's good. That's a good start. Let's turn on the lights. Don't need the window heating on. Looks like a lovely sunny day to me. Well, let's try. That's BZB. I'm a stupid idiot. Let's put on these. See if this does anything. Where's the instrument lights then? Let's turn them on. There they are. That's better. Now it should have the correct destination display. I'll just check. On the side here. Oh no, we have to do it manually. Oh god. Where is it? Screen 1. FIS. I can't reach. No. Oh, that's a disaster. I can't reach it. Oh no. I'm gonna have to squint with my eyes and. Is that it there? Yes, it is. Surely I could use the camera. Yes, I can. Just. What is it? An S3 to Holzkirchen. S3. Mammendorf. Passing. Hauptbahnhof. München Ost. Holzkirchen. There we go. We're going to be late, but I expected that anyway. I'm slow. I'm slow at setting up a train. Oh well. See if we can make up for lost time. And I haven't put on the CIFA for good measure. No, that's... wait, there we go. Need to settle down. There we go. That's the clown horn. At least that's working. The next stop is... the first stop, I should say, is Mulching. However you pronounce it. I don't know. What's that? An ICE train. Thunders past. Now we can pick up some speed. Speed limit has increased to 120 kilometers per hour. That'll do. There we go. I'll tell you what I've been watching recently. Aside from my football team or soccer team, Spurs lose every week, is I've been watching a lot of the curling events on the Winter Olympics. Really fascinating. I think it's the only chance that Team GB might actually pick up a darn medal. Yeah, but the curling is just fascinating, brilliantly game in terms of tactics. I really love that strategy element to it. It's fascinating to me. Oh, we're going to overstep this. Oh wait, I've no idea what the brakes are like on this. I had no practice today. Oops, press the emergency brakes. Oh well. We'll be okay, he says. Let's see if we can fix the problem. I think it's press it and then press it out, I think. We'll find out when the passenger boarding procedures are finished. I've no idea. There's a Regional Express. Or Regional Bahn, not sure. We're under a minute late, which is not bad actually, considering how long it took me to get this train up and running. Right, rock and roll. Maybe next stop is Meiser. I think that's how you say it correctly in German. It's just under 3 kilometers away. Yes, the train is moving. Good. Managed to reset the system correctly. That's a good start. Crazy Dash, the brakes on it are a lot weaker than most German electric multiple units. I usually do max brake about 800 meters out of the station whenever I'm going 120 kilometers per hour. That's a good tip. I'll make use of it. Whoa, need to come off the brakes. The power, I should say. Speed limit of 80 kilometers per hour coming up. Just noticed what time this service is. This is at 5, nearly 6 o'clock in the morning. God blimey. Certainly picked some early morning services today, that's for sure. We're in rush hour. Never meant to pick these services. I just literally cherry picked them because I thought they looked good off paper. On paper. That's the thing I like about the journey mode, is that when you pick a service, you have no idea what the weather conditions are going to be like, or what the time of day it's going to be like. That is if you don't know the services off by heart, or the service classification off by heart. Here we are coming into Meissen. Much better. Perfect. Perfection. Not sure. Let me just check the map. Where are we? There, and we got to stop roughly within the München area, so we've got a fair bit of a while to go. Poor House, hey, how are you? Exactly, that's why I think the journey mode is better than the timetable. Fair enough. I actually do services from the timetable mode itself, for my timetable series at your service, but for stream purposes, I use the journey mode. It certainly brings a bit of unpredictability to whatever you're going to be driving. Let's pick up some speed. Is that a couple of trains there in the siding? It is indeed. 2 of them. 2 423s. Speaking of the weather, I wouldn't never ever try a service on sandpatch grade in the snow. It's very difficult, if not impossible in some cases. I suppose that goes for any route, I suppose. Just in the snow is very difficult. The next stop is Gernlinden, which is just over a kilometre away. I think now's the best time to get on the brakes. Here's the station. Just Need to concentrate. Get into the platform. Off the power. Brakes, I should say. Now back on the brakes. That should do it. Lovely. Let's unlock the doors. Crazy Dash, I think a randomized weather system for the timetable mode would be cool. You could enable a setting where the game randomly picks a weather condition. That's a good point. I'm surprised they have not implemented that. Like just a random weather condition. I suppose you see it on some games. Some games I have, for example, are FIFA. I think Assassin's Creed has a very randomized weather system. Star Wars Battlefront I have, GTA of course, but I think you have some cheats where you can manipulate the weather system, pick whatever type of weather you want. What else have I got? Project Cars 2 for Formula 1. So yeah, I'm surprised they haven't added that kind of feature to the weather system. Or have dynamic weather in the timetable mode where it starts dry at the beginning of your service, and then as the service progresses you see the clouds roll in and the rain starts to come down and makes the service more challenging and difficult, and again brings that level of unpredictability into whatever you're doing. And we're going way too fast because I've just noticed how close we are to the next stop, which is Esting or Easting, however you say it. That gave me a fright. That's me not paying attention. Oh, thankfully it's a long platform, so we don't have anything to worry about. For now. Probably brake a little bit too early there. That'll do. It's good enough for me. No, Poor House, Matt said months back they were looking into that and never said anything else. Well, I think they've implemented these dynamic weather system into some certain scenarios. I presume it's a much more complex feature to bring into the timetable because you got to get it working on every single timetable in the game rather than just having it on specific scenarios, that were specifically created to take advantage of that weather system component. Whether it will come to the game, I'm sure it will. Well, it is in the game technically, but the timetable mode specifically, then yeah, I'm pretty sure the timetable mode will get that feature, but when, I do not know. Crazy Dash, not necessarily referring to the dynamic weather, more just the game randomly picks a weather condition. Yeah, I know what you mean. The next stop is Olching. These stations are pretty close together. They will do as we get further into München or Munich. And they'll get more busier too. So the variety of the AI will start to blossom. Off the power. Brakes. Don't know why I keep saying off the power. My brain's gone walkabout today, I swear. There we go. Poor House, all their services are cool, but to pick a service then have to pick the weather is kind of corny. You broke it down better than they did. They should hire me. You know, it's easy. You just got to think about it and then explain it in the most simplified way possible. It sounds easy, but it really bloody isn't. Excuse me, language. That's the truth of it. Trying to make a complex thing sound easy. Right, the next stop is Grobenzell, platform 1, and it's just over 3 kilometres away, so we've got a bit of a gap between the previous stop and the next stop, so we can get up to a good speed. South Main Rail fan, hey, how are you? The only problem with this route is there are no AI services. Well, that's technically incorrect, because you just saw there an AI train driving a train. So there are AI services, but the AI are controlling the player services. I know what you mean, because you mean specific services that were designed for the AI to use are not there. I know what you mean, but I'm not complaining. I think that the timetable is busy enough, and yeah, on next gen, obviously, yeah, more services the better, and regardless if it's player controlled or AI controlled, it's busy enough for me. I don't want to get to the levels of its 1,000 services to the point where the game's going to break and then you throw the controller down in a rage and turn it off and go off and do something else. Because while having 1,000 services on Brighton is great, it's not great from the game performance. You know, the frame rate is all over the place. Every time you start a service, particularly from Brighton, there's no guarantee that, well, you're going to finish it. And it's not just because of hitting a red signal or anything like that. It's mainly crossing your fingers and hoping that the game doesn't crash. Here we are approaching Grobenzell. Crazy dash. I'll get on the brakes slowly while I'm reading this out. The main route is like hard is to handpick a service on the Peninsula Corridor, since every service has a different stopping pattern except for local trains. That's true, yes. I haven't driven Peninsula Corridor in... When was the last time I drove Peninsula Corridor? I don't know, I think the last time I drove Peninsula Corridor was September 2020, so a long time. I'll have to get back into that soon, I think, when the upgrade to the route eventually comes out and its respective DLCs. A South Main Rail fan, I mean services that you can't play. Yeah, I know what you mean, yeah. For me, I like the timetables to be accurate, but that's just me. Fair enough, I mean, you want to have a certain degree of accurate and realistic... you want a realistic viewpoint of how the services are portrayed in the specific time period, be that, I don't know, early 1990s or 2011 or now or 2018. I mean, to find a timetable from, I don't know, for example, Boston Sprinter is set in the early, I think it's the early 2010s period, I'm not too sure, because I remember when Matt Pedalston spoke on a stream, and the question came through and asked, what time period is this? And he said modern-ish, and I was like, well, it's not up to date, is it? That's for sure. Probably early mid 2010s, I imagine. So, and of course it's difficult to find a timetable, a complete 24-hour timetable from the early 2010s for the Boston Sprinter, but that's my example. It's difficult to replicate an accurate timetable, when it's even hard to find for timetable from that specific time period. But that's what Dovetail's job is to do. They get paid the bucks, so they have to do it, or try to do it, or try and represent it to a certain degree. Right, let's increase the power, because the next stop is München Loghausen. Just over a kilometre. I'll have to take a look at the chat when I arrive at the platform, because I'm very close to approaching it now. Whoop, whoop. There's a station. Excuse me. There we are. That'll do. And let's unlock the doors. Let's have a look at the chat. Poorhouse, that is true. Spurs rail. London commuters does still freeze. I love all the movement, but I think it's affecting the performance. Absolutely. I mean, it needs a huge clean-up, really. I mean, it's a good thing they've fixed the signal issue. That's a start, but the stability needs further work. I haven't been on it. To be fair, actually, I deleted Brighton Main Line after I finished taking a look at all the timetable services on my timetable series at your service. I deleted it so I can use that extra gigabyte space to install other routes and have a play on it. I'll probably play Brighton Main Line when it's performance-wise is a bit better. When that will be, I don't know. It may never be, but excuse me. Right, the next stop is München Langweid. Excuse me. I don't know how you say that correctly. Once again, I apologise for my terrible pronunciations of the German stations. I imagine some Germans are laughing at my station pronunciations. Time to get on the brakes. There's a freight service. That's the first one off the stream. Good to see that for a change. Probably braked a bit too soon though, hence why I'm cruising. There we are. Right, let's take a look at the chat. Crazy Dash, I'd love to see the 101 and the 363 on this route. Run on this route. The 363 just switching duties for the 101. Would love to have a route where you could use LZB in the 101. Yeah, I think it'd be great to use those two. I didn't actually know that the 101 could be used on this route. I'm sure Dovetail could maybe investigate that in the far future. I'm sure that will depend on whether it can be squeezed onto the timetable package, and whether that affects performance, only time will tell. South Main Railfan, yeah, and if we have 363 then we don't need the cab car, that's true. Speaking of shunters, I went on Hamburg-Lübeck the other day and I did the tutorial because it needed completing again, and I noticed that they've got rid of the 363 that was used in the tutorial of the MRCE 182. It was originally there in the siding, parked next to the 182 at the beginning of the tutorial. That's now gone. They got rid of that, which was rather ironic, because when I viewed the tutorial originally, and there was a 363 there, I thought, that gives me an indication that they're probably going to add a shunter to Hamburg-Lübeck in the future. Obviously not the 363, because yeah, it would have been used by now on that route. They would have implemented a service package for it. And I think on Train Simulator, Hamburg-Lübeck does have a shunter. It has a 261, if I'm not mistaken, or a 291, or whatever it's called. Yeah, if that kind of shunter comes to the game on Hamburg-Lübeck, oh my god, I would play that. I mean, for those of you that don't know me, I mean, I love the shunters we have in this game. Brilliant. It's just you could just get so lost in the world of shunting, and it's literally like a puzzle. You got to put, it's a right old mess, and you got to put trains together and all this kind of stuff, take it apart and put it in sidings. It's like a puzzle, and I just get so lost into it. I mean, let's put it this way: I'd happily spend an afternoon trundling around a goods yard, or I don't know, a classification yard, or a yard that's full of passenger coaches, etc., etc., and happily shunt trains together and put trains together, take them apart. I'd happily do that. It's just so satisfying because A, you've got to use your brain, and B, it's certainly interesting. You've got to judge the speed you're doing, how close you are to this carriage or this van or this freight car, whatever, or this locomotive. To me, it's just absolutely fascinating. I mean, it's such a good variety of shunters. The 08, the 09, which does passenger duties on West Somerset. The 08 has two variations, I think. One in that Thornaby kind of livery for Tees Valley, Northern Transpennine. You could use it on West Cornwall. I'm just thinking off the top of my head what else you've got. You've got the Amtrak shunter in Northeast Corridor, New York, in the old Train Sim World game, which was really good fun. The MP15DC Caltrain shunter is still one of my favourite locomotive add-ons in the series. The 204, the German one, it's okay. It's a great locomotive. It's just not utilised enough. I wish Dovetail or Rivet can come to a conclusion where they can say, yeah, we need to make the 204 more usable. It should have had more services on Mainz-Basebahn to begin with, but there we are. Oh, I've already locked the doors, you prick. Right, the next stop is München Lime. Anyway, back to my subject of shunters. What else? And certainly the G6 shunter for Rheinway Austin. Work of art. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And you can use it on what was it, Taranto Ramp, which was a nice surprise. And the 363, I like the 363. Nice, lovely, beautiful driving characteristics. The visuals are different because we have a green one, you prat, sorry, a blue one and a red one, which is awesome. So yeah, as you can tell, I like the shunters. In terms of shunters, what I'd like, obviously, like I said, the 261 I think is a strong candidate to come to Hamburg-Lübeck. If it's in Train Simulator, it's going to be in Hamburg-Lübeck, and that 363 shunter in the tutorial of the the black MRCE 182, that gave me a very sneaky, almost like a teaser if you like, saying, hey look, this is what's going to come, guys. Another shunter which I think could be a possibility is the SW10 Union Pacific shunter. We desperately need a shunter to bring the what's the yard called at what is it, Laramie? I forget what the yard's called, the beginning of the route, that huge classification yard. It needs to have some shunting activities there, because that yard is pretty much lifeless. I mean, no disrespect to the SD40-2, but yeah, we need a proper Union Pacific shunter. Yes please, yes please. The SW10 I think would be perfect. Whether that will happen is a different story, but there's certainly two particular shunters I would like in the game. Not just portrayed by Dovetail, but maybe some other developer. I think if TSG did the 261, that would be a cracker. An absolute cracker. Look at that. Perfect. Well, we're München line, by the way. I'm so busy talking about shunters, I forgot where we were. Let's have a look at the chat. I apologise for not keeping up with the chat. I've just been busy babbling away. Poorhouse, can you use LZB on the LGV route? Well, it has 3 different types of signal and safety systems you can use, I think. What is it? I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I can't remember, but I know the Crocodile one, that is not, I don't think it works. It's there, it's in the route, I just don't think it's simulated. I'm not sure, I can't remember what it is. The 3 safety systems you can use. But anyway, speaking of LGV, I'll be doing a stream on that tomorrow, same time, same place. Monday 8:30 p.m. UK time. So if you like the LGV route, and I do, it's one of my favourite routes in the series, then please feel free to pop along and see some high-speed action of France. I'm just cruising along because the next stop is München Hirschgarten. Crazy Dash, I think they didn't add it because the 101, according to Dovetail, takes quite a bit of memory. Yes, it does. It does take up quite a bit of memory. But it's nice that the 101 is slowly getting used on some routes. It will be usable on Schnellfahrstrecke Köln to Aachen. You can use it on Hamburg-Lübeck. You can obviously use it on Hauptstrecke Rhine Road because that's what it comes with. What else? I'm trying to think. Nürburgring Dresden. I think that's it. So it's slowly getting some use on other routes. München Augsburg, maybe, but depends if it's doable. I think they'll bring it, but it would be probably a next-gen console and PC exclusive, I imagine. I wouldn't be at all surprised. Now, what have we got on this chat to say? Poorhouse, just asking, don't know for sure. Fair enough. Zytokin, Spurs, how are you? Hello, great to see you. Hope you're doing well. Thank you, I am. Of course, there are a lot of options for it in any route of a yard. Absolutely. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Crazy Dash, I'd like to see the SW10 and the SW1500. 1500 as well. That's a good candidate as well. Yeah, the SW1500 would be very good, actually. It's effectively a Caltrain MP15 DC, isn't it? With just some slight visual tweaks and maybe some slight differences to the performance characteristics. And obviously, the livery would be different. Maybe the horn too. That would be nice. But we'll wait and see. And I think the second to last stop is München Donnersberger Brücke. Crazy Dash. Oh, and the gensets, of course. Cytokin. They may do it in a later update, similar to what they're doing now with Call to Archons, since I guess the local DLC may be the 474. Who knows? Who knows? I'm going way too fast. Way. Get on the brakes. Get on the brakes. I'd be amazed if I could stop at the platform. Going way too fast coming in. That's me looking at the chat and not the game. And on the brakes. There we are. I think it's our second to last stop. No, it's our last stop. Is it really our last stop? Oh, no, it shouldn't be, should it? Nah, there is one more. I thought there was. South Main Rail fan. I feel like freight yards in Train Sim World are a little empty. Depends what you mean by empty. There are some yards that have just some, I suppose, added scenery added into it, like just some default wagons or so on and so forth. If you mean services active in the rail yard, then yes, I agree. We need a lot more of that. But it depends from route to route whether the game can cope, basically. You don't want to make it too busy to the point that the game, well, breaks. As Brighton proved all too often. Don't have too many services, because it'll break the game. You need to get a good balance between, a solid amount of services without breaking the game. Right, down we go. Whee! This is the roller coaster bit, and up we come. Approaching journey's end, München, Hackerbrücke. Like I said, if you enjoyed this stream, make sure to give it a like, and please subscribe if you are new for more streams on the channel. Like I said, the next stream will be on the LGV Mediterranean route in southern France. Same time, same place. YouTube, 8:30 PM UK time. I'll put up a post about it in my community feed on the YouTube channel in case some of you, maybe haven't watched this part of the stream or haven't got round to watching it. Either it's on a replay or live. So it makes people more aware of what I'm doing for tomorrow. There we are. End it here, I think. Or is that the passengers load? Or get on and off the train? I think I'll be booted out of the train any minute, I think. Because it's a quick turnaround, I think. I'll find out in a second. Here we are. Yep, I got booted off. Alright, I'll go back to the main menu and say my goodbyes. I'll take a look at the chat one more time. Crazy Dash usually hit the platform at 60 kilometers per hour. Shorter platforms that go down to 50 kilometers per hour. There's your tip of the day, people, on München, Augsburg. South Main Rail fan, I mean, like Oakville Yard, where there's way less cars than usual. That's true. I've forgotten about Canadian National Oakville Subdivision. I forgot it even existed. I haven't played it for so long. But anyway, that concludes this stream. Like I said, if you enjoyed it, hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new for more Train Sim World content as well as streams. Check out the Train Sim World streams playlist if you want to catch up on some certain streams. Like I said earlier, this stream will be re-uploaded to the channel with the live chat functionality enabled. So if there's any specific questions that you wanted to hear my answer to, then of course that will be there very shortly once the stream is concluded. Like I said, the next stream will be tomorrow, 8:30 PM UK time, on the LGV Mediterranean in southern France for more high-speed passenger action on my channel. So I'd just like to say thank you very much for watching. Hope you've had a great weekend. Hope your week starts in a bright, positive way. I'll catch you then at 8:30 p.m. UK time tomorrow. And as always, I will see you next time. Thank you very much. Have a good evening, or afternoon, or morning, whatever. Take care.